Hello and welcome to the CNBC-TV18 Edge AI studio presented by Qualcomm. CNBC-TV18 is the first channel to begin live coverage from here at Bharat Mandapam. This is the first day of the India AI Impact Summit. More than 20 heads of state, 50 ministers, 600 startups, 13 country pavilions. The list is long. The conversations will be in depth, so lots to expect. But let me go across to our guest here in our studio, Sunil Gupta, co-founder, managing director and CEO at Yotta Data Services. Thank you very much, Mr. Gupta, for joining us. Wonderful to have you again on a conversation about artificial intelligence. Well, the AI Impact Summit is well and truly on. What's your big expectation this time? What are you hoping that the Prime Minister will say, which will really encourage and unleash those investments in data centers in India?
I think the Prime Minister has already spoken just few days back, and I think the Minister also spoke at Davos Summit as well in few days back, that any technology in India is all about impact. How that technology impact masses, billions and billions of citizens. So while Bletchley was all about risk, Paris was all about governance and regulations, India is talking about impact. So any and every technology we built it, instead of just filling in the pockets of some few rich companies anywhere in the world, if we can build models, if we can build applications using our own data sets, taking care of our own linguistic diversity, we make it voice-based, so that people who are not able to speak or write in English, they can be able to talk in their own native language, and they can be benefited from this whole of AI revolution, be it in agriculture, be it in healthcare, be it in education, be it in climate. You know, the use cases are unlimited. So I always keep on saying, my favorite line is, we just saw one UPI movement few years back and it impacted and changed our lives for good. What if AI makes 50 more UPI revolutions in the country? And that is what I think the Prime Minister will be speaking about.
Right. Would you say this is India's AI moment?
Absolutely. This is India's AI moment, and I would say it is India's and global South India AI moment, because the constraints in which India works, the frugal economy which always India follows, that India is able to take a technology, takes it to a very, very large scale, bring the prices down, make it available to masses in a very cost-effective way. The same constraint and the same ecosystem is prevailing in the whole of global South also. This is a moment, this is the first, by the way, summit of AI which is happening in the global South at a scale which is unprecedented. So it is India's AI moment, and this is global South AI moment as well.
Tell us a bit more about Yotta Data Services plans for 2026. When it comes to India's data center capacity, how much of this is with Yotta?
So today, Parikshit, I am holding almost 10,000 of advanced NVIDIA H100 plus B200 GPUs, and this, I would say, is constituting almost 75% of India's GPU compute capacity. And we are not stopping here. 2 years back, when we actually invested into this whole infrastructure along with our underlying data center campuses, I think it was very clear that once the AI revolution start going from pilot to production use cases, we don't only have B2B and B2C use cases. More importantly, we'll have G2C use cases like UPI. India will be requiring millions of GPUs. Today, we are happy with 10,000 GPUs, but they are too less. India will require millions of GPUs. So Yotta is preparing and gearing towards that. We have campuses in Delhi and Mumbai which can scale to almost like 2 gigawatt of power, which is something, the raw ingredient to support these GPUs. Very soon you will hear from us that we are scaling our capacity, and India's capacity almost like 5 or 6 times within this financial year itself. We'll be getting the latest B300 liquid cooled GPUs, and that is something which I think will be supporting this whole AI revolution which India is talking about.
All right. So let me also ask you, when you're speaking about scaling things 5x, what is the kind of investment that will be required? How much money are you looking to raise this year?
So we have already invested more than $1.5 billion, right? I'm not talking about the money which is going into the chips as we are speaking about. The newer chips will require another $2 billion worth of investment. And as you can assume that if you are making these type of these type of investments, which is futuristic, which the returns of which will be coming over a period of time, you not only need to raise debt from the banks, but you also need to raise capital, equity capital. We are already in our pre-IPO round. If everything goes well, we will be in the public market with the IPO within this financial year itself.
And what would be the requirement that you're looking at?
Well, the requirement is endless, but I would safely say that I would love to raise anywhere close to $1 billion, right? And that is something which will take me through my current phase of GPU deployment. And I feel that with this GPU deployment and with the revenues which will get built with these investments, that will be enough for me to keep on sustaining more and more GPU additions in times to come. But this is what we're planning for.
$1 billion.
Yes,
$1 billion.
Yeah.
All right. So I would also like to ask you that currently when you're having these conversations on India's AI infrastructure, what more enabling mechanisms do you think we would need if we have to scale up AI use cases, encourage companies investing in AI, encourage more data centers?
I think government has done a yeoman's job, and I've been very, very public about it. One is the India AI mission is something which gave the right trigger. Let's understand that this is a technology which is complex. This is a technology which is new. This is a technology which requires lots of capital. And this is a technology which also requires the underlying data center infrastructure, which is very, very different from the current set of data centers which we have in India or anywhere in the world. So when you're talking about this type of technology, which is complexity and lot of capital is required for that, you require somebody like a government coming in, which is not only looking at a return quarter by quarter, but which is looking at a big picture of how do AI do the same thing for India what UPI did. And that is where India AI mission. So I remember 2 years back, government had got multiple models in mind. Should we purely allow private sector like a US economy that which actually allow the private sector to invest and lead the AI wave? Should we go like any other country which is completely government driven and private sector has no role to play? And the third model was hybrid model. The government very, very consciously and very, very rightfully chosen the hybrid model, where government is not only acting as a regulator, as an encourager, but also as an initial, I would say, funder. It is giving the right funds that till the time the AI training, AI use cases become commercial, become self-sustaining, that either by way of, transactional fee or by way of subscription fee, some revenue generating use cases come up so that these models become self-sustaining. Somebody need to come and sustain the training, the wave of AI, and after that initial phase of inferencing also. So my expectation from government, even while the 2 years have changed and done magic to India, now you can see so much of private announcements, both from the Indian conglomerates as well as from global conglomerates. But I would say, especially for G2C use cases, imagine if UPI was left for private sector to just invest in, right? Imagine if every transaction of UPI was actually charged to the users, that way would not have come. So I would say the government should keep on running India emission for 3 or 4 years before the model becomes sustaining. Tax break which government has done in the budget, I think it is just increasing the size of the pie size of the pizza 5 times, because so far all the hyperscalers and everybody was catering to Indian market, AI for India, from India for India. But now with this, that foreign cloud operator can also serve the foreign demand, and there will be a tax holiday on that. I think that is going to open up the market. It will become 5 times. India will also start giving AI from India for the world as well.
All right. Thank you very much for those important messages and headlines, Mr. Sunil Gupta. We wish you the best. Hope you have a good time at the AI Impact Summit. And perhaps at the end of it, we can have a conversation again about the big takeaways. Absolutely. So a lot to talk about over the next few days at the India AI Impact Summit. Keep tuning in to CNBC TV18, and we'll get you live updates from the CNBC TV18 Edge AI studio presented by Qualcomm. Back to you in the studios.
Thank you.